All right, it's 1 past 9 here in France, Central European time. Hope everybody's doing good on this Sunday. End of the weekend, sure, but new week is starting. New opportunities and news and updates about the project. Good to see you guys, of course. Grease, Phil, Scott, the famous the famous people of the project, always here. And yeah, it's been a while. It's been 2 weeks actually since we have decided now that the AMA slash information spaces will be held every 2 weeks. Loft Recap will still come out every 2 weeks. Actually, it should have came out on Friday. It should actually have came out on Wednesday. So what happened is we recorded on last Saturday already, and then Beaver told me the video files are corrupted. Okay, we reshoot it Friday morning. Everything goes well. He goes into editing. Oh, the audio files are completely they were completely screwed. So that was a bit of a sad moment, and we will record it again, I think, tomorrow, and release it probably as soon as possible. But yeah, we are late on the Loft recap, but it will come out, and with interesting information for sure. Let's talk about this information a little bit, and I want to preface that this space is recorded, will be up on YouTube, and will be listenable on Twitter. If you have to bounce during the AMA, you will be able to catch what you missed, of course. But yeah, let's get right into it. Issues with the upgrade system. Yeah, let's come on. Let's start with the sad stuff. The second round of access card upgrades should have taken place on Saturday, but our developers, the blockchain developers, identified some issues that we had not foreseen before, and that didn't not happen on the first round, but that we just noticed now, and which would have been quite problematic if it were to happen. So we prefer to go back at it, work on it, and what will happen with the upgrade system, the upgrade round, is it will be released as soon as possible. So whenever the devs can assure us, yes, there is no security issue this time, we will, of course, announce it. We will announce the prices beforehand, and we will do that as soon as possible, so you don't have to wait an additional 2 weeks before the upgrade rounds. So that will go, that will go live ASAP. It's an inconvenience, of course, but it's quite a unique system in itself, because we use those virtual tokens and we make them interact with the blockchain. And what do you know? There are tons of things that can go wrong with it, and yeah, we don't want to take the risk with that. In other news, kind of blockchain related news, we are also kind of gearing up towards. We are working on both the raffle staking system. That's a big ask from the community always, of course, because we have some big abstract art collectors. We have started kind of drafting around some ideas for a raffle website, which would probably involve some form of tickets, which would also involve Agora and would involve the abstract art. It's going to be kind of a hybrid of the platform that we had before. Some of you guys remember, of course, the first raffle staking platform, how it worked. You just take your card, and that granted you entrances into the raffles. It will still take that kind of idea, probably with the abstract art, but we will throw in Agora in the mix, to give Agora, additional utility. Of course, that's always a focus for us. Agora is a currency that is used in every feature that we are working on and that we will work on in the future as well. So yeah, if there is ever a feature that we release that doesn't have Agora in mind, then we will have failed. In Agora news, we have signed a partnership with GDA Capital, which is probably the most important news we've had for a long time. It can kind of go unnoticed and under the radar, because it's not the kind of flashy news. If I would have said, yeah, Snoop Dogg is coming to smoke weed in my loft, that would have gone crazy. But those kind of announcements are not the most popular, the one signing with GDA Capital. So let me kind of explain what it entails. They are a network, basically, of venture capitalists. They have connections in the space. They have been working in Web3, and have worked basically on go-to-market strategies for Web3 companies, with clients including Tron, for example, the blockchain. They work on some marketing aspects as well, on some legal documents as well, because there's a ton of legal stuff that goes on with token laws, because there are token laws. It's not such a lawless environment after all, guys. Crypto space, surprisingly enough, there are laws everywhere. um, it's a good thing, by the way. But yeah, they will provide us with the assistance of finding those VCs to invest in Dollar Agora. They were very keen on signing with us. We have been negotiating with them for about a month and a half, so it's not something that we just, signed when we read the contract. We went back and forth negotiating some stuff, notably the fact that they have an objective to raise at least $2 million. Basically, I think it's $1.8 million through the token sale. If they don't raise that, if they don't, get that objective, they don't get paid, which is of course a big incentive for them to really do their maximum. They have already kind of connected us with different opportunities, and just know that if it's looking very well for the token, at least for the VC investment round. Obviously, we can't predict the market, what the market will be in September or October. Hopefully, it will have gone back up, but we will move regardless, and we will do the best to sell the token to VCs and to provide its value and to make it a tradable token as it should be. So yeah, that's the main role for GDA Capital, is forming this coalition of VCs and investing in the token, and provide us also with networking opportunities, whether that be meeting that guy, because that's how the space works. That's like a lot of things work like that in life, I suppose. Networking and meeting the right person at the right time, and they will definitely provide assistance with that as well. In terms of networking, that makes me think I myself will be going to different events this month with members of the team, developers notably. There is the Solana Hacker House that takes place on the 15th of July here in Paris, which is a cool opportunity. I don't know if we have any Parisians here, but we'd be more than happy to meet any of you. But yeah, we will be attending the Solana Hacker House. We have some different contacts over there, some different people from the industry, from different projects that we already work on that we are going to meet. And it's going to be exciting, an exciting opportunity to showcase what we've been building to people that are connected to the space. Also, there is a Metaverse summit which takes place on the 16th, so I think the day after, with some important speakers, notably the COO of Sandbox, somebody that I've already talked with. So it's going to be one of these, again, networking events, but kind of focused on the Metaverse, which is obviously interesting for us. So on the development aspect, now that we've released the Loft, we are preparing kind of a content update for them. We are massively improving the graphics. We have some cool previews already of what the new graphics will look like. And it's actually better graphics and even better performance, which is really cool, because we will be able to use a technology that's called ambient occlusion, I think. Basically means that your screen will only display what your character is looking at, which is, saves a lot of performances for your computer, because that is something that sometimes was reported for older laptops or computers, that it could run a bit slowish, and that's not what we want. So we will have improved graphics and improved performances using Unity HDRP. So that's one of the first things that we'll be going through with the update. One big and important point is the networking aspect. So the multiplayer features, all of that, we have to change it. Basically, we have to change the system that we are using currently, because it's limiting us too much in what we can do. And that is kind of ungrateful work, because it's not the flashiest. It's very much coding and finding the right thing, and then basically reapplying it to the project, but it's not something that's very flashy for the public or very marketing friendly, so, and it's still a very important part of the work, which takes a bit of time. So we have to change, the networking for the multiplayer aspects. And what we're also doing for the editor mode is, of course, giving you the option to completely empty your loft. So remove all the furniture. It's something that has been asked as well. Remove all the furniture, place it yourself, and of course, start modeling how you like it. And then after that, it's also being able to display your NFTs inside of your loft. It was one of the big things that was in our roadmap back in January. And it's still something wow, it's been 6 months. I just had this realization. Wow, okay, it's been half a year already. Interesting. Sorry, the NFT integration aspect. So being able to display any NFTs that you own on your walls. Obviously one of the the prime use cases for the metaverse, even though I don't think it's the most useful aspect, but it's definitely a cool one. I have some NFTs that I want to hang on the wall for sure. um Other than that, we are working on the metashops. That is one very big aspect, very exciting aspect. We have started integrating them, into their playable version, which means the version that everybody will be able to use. So far, all the Metashop designs that you've seen are only visual, and they're looking cool and stuff, and they have music, and there's cool videos. But now we're actually making them playable, because that's the goal. And we've actually integrated the Acadian store at the moment. I think the jewelry store as well, an unreleased one as well, that we should be able to release, announce next week. A Solana project, French Solana project, actually. So here's some hints for you. But making the metashops playable, easy to use, and it looks super cool. Atadia, the Atadian shop is one of my personal favorites, and we've made it playable. It's got really cool features. I'm gonna make the announcement, I think, tomorrow, to kind of showcase it. I first have to get their team's opinion on it. Obviously, I've sent the video to their team of what it looks like. So I think probably they're being normal people and not being up on Sunday. Oh, they are actually. Maybe I'll get them. But metashops are going well. We're also working on the no, so sorry, but getting those playable version of metaverses, of metashops, is capital for us to convince brands, convince other projects to hop in. Basically, we've had talks with different brands, clothing brands, Swiss clothing brand. We've had talks with some other jewelry store. Actually, they're always interested, and at some point they were like, oh, can we see a demo of it? And now we will be able to provide that, which is huge for us. Then we are also working on making those metashops accessible from a browser while still being an app. The accessibility of it, basically. So you have the Atadian, you're on the Atadia website, for example. Atadia is an NFT project on Solana, for those who are not aware. But if you're on the Atadia website, imagine a button that says Discover in the Metaverse. You click on it. Basically, your browser opens a window that streams an app. Is probably not how it works, because I'm not a dev, but it's in that fashion. So we want to to allow both accessibility and quality. I think we have some very cool graphics in terms of what metaverses are doing at the moment, and accessibility is still a big part of it. So that's still a focus point for us. So metashops, I've been talking about them for a while now, but they are important. They are as important as the lofts, because they are what will drive our company forward. We cannot rely on secondary market royalties right now. The market doesn't allow it. It's not a stable way of funding for the project, and we still need to be around for the next 10 years. So we have to really put the emphasis on the metashops, having a sellable product, something that will actually bring in more tangible revenue than the occasional pump that happens maybe on secondary market with royalties. It's just working on stability. So That's the kind of development part. I think I've kind of covered. The lofts are getting their update. Metashops are being worked on heavily. Oh, we're working on the outside city as well of the Agora, which is super cool. So right now the outside city is very low quality. It's been done kind of fast. It's not been the priority for our art department. So we are actually building out the whole city that goes around the Agora, and we also want to give you the option to actually step out of the Agora, which I think is cool, kind of on a little public spot in front of the entrance there. Which will have some kind of cool references that you guys will discover. But we're working on designing the city around it. Actually, we have a new intern that's with us for 6 months that will, that is exclusively working on this aspect at the moment. So that's an exciting one. It was one that was kind of important for me because I think it's an important aspect of it. You're in your loft, you're on, you're looking through your window, or for you exclusive owners, don't know if there are any here, but for the exclusive owners, you're on your balcony there, and you have a good view of the city we're creating. So it's a very important topic for us in terms of being immersive. I think that's about it for development. Blockchain development, I've covered it. We're also working on top of the raffle stuff. We're working on the mint. Obviously, we have the Agorans PFP collection that is being worked on, that is being actually wrapped here by Grease. We have the artwork to work on. Not to work on, the artwork is done, but we will reveal it soon enough. There are still some final touches that I want to do on the artwork for the PFPs. Want to make them cool. We want people to display them proudly. So we're also working on the mint process, because it will be a mint that will be both available in Dollar Agora and in Solana. It will be less expensive in Dollar Agora to incentivize the purchase of Dollar Agora. Agorans minted with Dollar Agora, well, the Agora will be burned to reduce the total supply. It's an important burning mechanism for us. So and it's quite a unique feature against that needs developing. We're only doing stuff in terms of blockchain that doesn't exist yet. So it takes a bit of time, right? But it's kind of funny. We did the raffle staking stuff, and actually no project had done it like we did before. Meaning that a lot of the raffle staking was done with tickets. So you purchase ticket with a token, and then you get your tickets in, whatever. Us was different because you only staked your access card and get granted your entrances, and it was something that didn't exist yet. And I saw some other project do it, and I was like, hey, that's cool. We did it as well. Did a bit earlier, but we did it as well. So yeah, we're always a bit early, I guess, on stuff, which is good sign. It's actually kind of similar to the Duppies mint, I think, what DGOLDS is trying to do with Duppies, minting it with dust and basically burning the dust that will be used for the mint. Maybe some people are more aware than I am, but it's a bit similar, actually. I've noticed that. Frank is on our team, I guess. I'm kidding. But that's I think that's about it in terms of development. Then in terms of kind of community management, we are approaching different DAOs at the moment. Different DAOs, different projects, making connections in the space, something that we lacked back when we minted. We are now making up for it, and we're like, well, we're almost OGs now. We've been 6 months in the space, which is like 60 years in the crypto world. So we get into talks a bit more easily now, which is good. It's networking, so it's kind of behind the scenes. It's not the most flashy stuff. You will never see me screenshot the conversation, voice call with Frank and post it on Twitter. I think that's kind of corny, but to each his own. But we have those calls, we have those different kind of meetings, and I think it's in the kind of bear market that we're in. There is less eyes on cryptos. There is obviously the lowest volume in NFTs for a while now. I think we hit a record low for volume in NFTs, which is sad but expected. I mean, I'm not too affected by it. I mean, it makes sense, right? With just the current economical state of everything, just inflation, price of life, crypto market, everything is down. I don't see why NFTs wouldn't. But it will come back, so I'm sure. I guess important people, we can call them, that are interested in the aspect. It's just, being able to get into the calls is what is the toughest. But yeah, that's being worked on, and it's interesting to do. You get to talk to a lot of interesting people doing that. Um, so yeah, and the tweet I made about Jeff Bezos is not real. I did not have a call with Jeff Bezos. Um, would be interesting though. Um, all right. Of course, if you guys have any questions, you're more than free to raise your hands during the space, or to just write a message on Discord. I'm on Discord at the same time, so feel free to ask over there in the AMA questions channel or something. Other than that, what else can I talk about? I would probably, that is kind of my thing, but I like to talk about the Solana, the state of the market at the moment. I would be careful with everything in terms of investment. Nothing is really safe. um, Probably stay liquid as much as possible. Kind of look at the projects that are still going strong, still working, and providing value, something that you think has value in the space or outside of it. That's my advice, right? It's not financial advice. It's just my observations. It can definitely, the slow pace of it all is a bit unstable. It's unsettling for the space, because we're so used to it being 24/7 non-stop, mints everywhere, left and right, volume everywhere, going up, down. And now that it's not like that, it's going to be, it's weird. One play to really kind of check out is Duppies, how Duppies is gonna is gonna do. I think there is a lot of liquidity at the moment that is being kind of not sucked out, but retracted from different projects in anticipation for Duppies and how it will do. So that's an important factor also for our mint, for the Agorans. There is no way I am minting before Duppies, guys. Duppies will do their thing. We'll see how the market behaves, and then we'll decide on the mint date for Agorans. We're not in a rush. We're building up the community quite nicely, actually, for Agorans. It's going pretty strong. Which is great. Um, and yeah, we'll wait to see how Duppies do, how the market is, and all that stuff. So just an interesting time for the market. Um, and yeah, I think that's about all I wanted to talk about today. Loft recap. Yeah, so let's kind of go back to what's coming up. We are releasing Loft recap, I think, Wednesday. We will be releasing development footage of the new metashops, of the new kind of quality settings that we have for both the lofts and the metashops. I think this week, if I get kind of the green light from the projects, I always like to check in with projects before actually releasing stuff. We will be doing the upgrade round, the second upgrade round. It will be again 9 standards that will be upgradable to premium and 1 premium to exclusive. I know Phil is looking forward to try to upgrade his premium. I know he will be ready for that. So whenever that is ready to go, it will be released. You'll know beforehand. We'll try to pick a time zone that's the most accommodating for everyone, because I know that last time we did it at 4 p.m. CET, which was, I think, very early in the morning for North America. So that wasn't the right move. We want it to be, the best possible for everyone. So we might be looking at 6 p.m. UTC, so that's 8 CET. It's not the best for our Asian friends, unfortunately, but I'm not sure there's a lot of Asians, I mean, members of the Asian region in our project still. I know there's a couple of them. But yeah, we'll try to pick a time zone that I can, that's the best for everybody, for sure, for the upgrade round. And yeah, uh, we're going strong. We are confident for the future. We know we'll still be around for a while. All the signs are positive for us. I hope they are for you as well. That's important. They have to be. This works on communities. The Web3 market is like that, so it's important that you guys still feel confident in Solana first, and then in our project, of course. And yeah, um, we've got funds to run the projects for months, still months. I think by with our budgeting, we still have a lot of runway. We are obviously looking forward to the second round of token sale for VCs, and if you're not staking your cards at the moment, you will not be in a very favorable position whenever we actually manage to sell the token to VCs, because people are starting to accumulate now. If we get the funding that we need into the token, you'll be in quite a good position. So if people that have not staked their card yet, I'll make some reminder tweets, but you should definitely do it. This is financial advice, fuck it. People say not financial advice. This is financial advice. Stake your access cards. All right, that's probably not what you should say, but hey, that's my project. Okay, so yeah, if there's not any questions, I will be heading off. This recording will be available on YouTube and on Twitter to listen it back. I hope I provided some new information for you guys. I hope I'm not forgetting anything, but I don't think so. And yeah, as always, have a good end of the weekend. Be ready to start the week strongly, and we will as well. So yeah, keep you guys updated. If there is any questions, we are of course available at all times on Discord. There'll always be an answer to your question.